November 7th, 1963. Frigid overcast enfolded the skies. The sound of wind in the alleys filled the air with an eerie howl. Seems like the streets of New York are getting darker every year.
It was a normal day here in the office when a pale-faced woman barged in begging for an explanation.
Only the best in Brooklyn would have solved a case as convoluted as this one. And with our recent luck, she knew we was the only option.
The lady came in pleading, babbling about how a sickness had steadily taken over her son. I said, "You got the wrong place, miss. Maybe you should see a doctor about that." But she continued. There was a malice involved, and she knew who was responsible.
One of the boys at the local theater, a young fellow named Peter, was gunning for the lead role. But once Orthelia's boy Jack took it, well, let's just say Peter wasn't too pleased. She suspects he went over to the edge, poisoned her son, and got the lead role. Seemed like a simple enough case. Clear suspect, obvious motive. All we needed was a little evidence and the case was in the bag. Or at least it seemed to be.
We spent a few days looking into the case, but we could only go so far without some hard evidence.
Starting with the best informant on the crime, the victim himself.
Can I get you boys anything to eat or drink? I'll make a magnificent lavender tea. My husband loved the way it smelled like my perfume. May he rest in peace.
No thanks, man. We're here to just ask Jack a few questions.
All right, next time then. Jack is right this way.
So, Mr. Rose, I understand you've been feeling under the weather lately. Though it may be difficult, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Can you remember when you first started feeling symptoms?
It happened about a week after the cast list came out, the 24th.
Yeah, October.
Yeah. See, it started with some nausea here and there, and then it hit me.
What hit you?
Raging diarrhea.
Oh, dear me.
Can you think of how you got sick?
Jesus, kid.
See, Ma, she made a dinner for the entire cast, and I remember Peter was bringing me my food, and you see, he's been a sour grape ever since the cast list came out, and I think he might have poisoned my food.
I have nothing to do with Jack. You're just two deadbeat detectives looking for answers that don't even
Well,
exist.
just shut up!
Sorry, miss. If you've noticed anything off about Peter in the past few weeks, you need to let us know.
Well, you didn't hear this from me, but
What are you looking around for? There's no one else in here.
a few days ago I overheard him talking through the phone, rambling about.
Well, why is she whispering?
Why are you whispering?
Well, I'm known as the mom of the theater, and the kids there treat me like I'm their own mother, and I would never rat out my own child.
Please, ma'am, anything helps.
Well, I hate to say it, but Peter hasn't been himself lately. He's been very beaten up about not getting the lead role. He was working so hard for it, and when he found out Jack got it, he was devastated, as I'm sure you two both know. Poor thing, he's so crushed he hasn't hardly spoke for weeks.
Whoa, are you trying to pin this Jack business on me? No, I may not be no fancy lawyer, but I know a play when I see one. I'm not the kind of person to hurt someone for fame, and if you really think I would, then you're mistaken. Jack falling ill was just a happy coincidence, and now if you'll excuse me, I've got a show to get to, and I ain't gonna be late on account of you two bozos holding me up.
I've never seen someone so suspicious. Call Chief Murphy. Tell him we got another one tonight. We went to the theater and saw Orthelia stand up and looking a little suspicious. We went over to follow her, and that is when we saw her trying to put her perfume in Peter's drink. Figured out the perfume she was holding the entire time was the very thing that was getting her son and everyone sick. You see, we went over to Jack's house. Turns out she snuck that mug right before anyone else even noticed. Good thing Arthur caught that life insurance paper. She made it look like an accident to slowly kill the boy, blame it on Peter, and get the cops off her back. Good thing we caught her at the theater before anyone else got hurt.
In the end, Orthelia confessed to the crimes and was sentenced to 40 to life. As for Jack, he succumbed to the poison and spent his last days in agony, suffering from internal bleeding.
Tragic. So what's next?
I don't know. Pizza?
me?
Can you think of how you got sick? What hit you?
Raging diarrhea. Oh.
Dear me.
Nothing to do with Jack. You're just two deadbeat detectives looking for answers that don't even exist.
Just shut up! Oh, wait.
Oh, deadbeat.
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 What? So suspicious. Call Chief Murphy.